Okay, first thing you're going to want to do is take off the canister. The problem you have is going to be located in here. It's not mandatory, but you could take off the head. I will take off the head. You take off this clip and you pull the head off accordingly. This makes it a lot easier. Next thing you'll see is that you have to take off this wheel, which will give you access to the filter. And I'll adjust the camera here. You can unscrew it. And it comes off in one piece. The next thing you'll want to do is remove the filter by twisting. There's arrows. You'll twist, you'll remove, put it down, and you're left with this. Next step is to remove these 6 bolts. You'll be using a T9 Torx. So these screws are easy to get to, and you'll unscrew them. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After removing the 6 screws, I'm going to remove the final one, and you'll be able to remove this plate and take this and place it to the side. The next thing that you'll need to remove are the 2 screws located here in the middle of the hub, and you're going to have to align it so you have access to them. So as you remove these 2 last screws and you've aligned it, you place that to the side, and you'll want to be able to see that you have the movement here. This movement is only necessary to give you access to the next screws, which you're going to have to move the device around to be able to see them. There's one here. There is another one here. There's another one here. And I'll give you a final count once I open it up and show you where they are. So this is the only really tricky part, because you have to move the device around to find the screws. Here's the first one, and it comes out very quickly. You're going to need to move this to find the second one. There it is right there. And the third one will be found when you move this around a bit. It's going to take some work, but eventually you will find it it's in here, right there. And to get to it, you're going to need to open the vacuum. Legs, there it is. And you'll find it right there. So I'm going to open that screw up, and you're going to have to hold it and open it up. The part you're changing is located in here. It's this little black part right here. Now the part you're changing is this part right here. And if you notice, it has a nub that sticks out. It's typical that this nub will be worn off. It also comes with a spring. The spring sits here, and it's actually a really easy process to take out. So I'm going to put this down and show you where it's from. So right here you have this cover. You're going to pull this cover off. And this is why we loosen these screws, is to give you some of that motion. And you're going to take this piece, which has these clips, and you're going to put it aside. The part you're looking for is located right here, and it's held together with these screws, with this spring. You want to pull the spring out. You can do it with your hand, put it aside, and grab the part. Now, if you notice, the old part has this part worn off, whereas the new part has it sticking out. It looks like it's a delicate piece, and I'm surprised that more people don't have repair videos for this item online. This is the new part, this is the old part. I'm gonna go right ahead, and if you notice there is a spring tab right here to hold the spring in. I'm gonna put the old spring away. I'm gonna take the new part and I'm gonna lift up this part that was opened up by the spring. I'm gonna stick it in there, and then I'm going to place the spring back inside. So let's try it by putting the spring inside the unit first, and then grabbing it, and there it goes. So it is in, there's motion, and now I'm gonna reload this piece back in. These clips go on the outside, and this was loosened for you to be able to fit it back in. You're gonna have to jostle it a little bit to make it fit. And it's gonna go this way. And there it goes, it fell right into place. There are the spots for it. Here are the clips. You'll put the clips in, and then you will, when the screws go in, it's gonna help it hold its place. And I'm gonna tighten down the first screw to ensure we have this set. I wonder if this would do better. Yes, so those would do better with the T16. Okay, and next one is going to be here. And then it's going to be much harder now because you now have the part in, so it's going to be harder to get to it. So again, let's jostle it around until you find that last piece, which is going to be right here where you need to put the final screw in. Okay, final screw for the cover of the part we just replaced. And you're going to have to split the wheel stand, and you're going to want to open it up to where you could see that last hole. And again, it's the black screws, the black short ones. So you'll want to get that in there. And once you have it in there, tighten that down. You've now completed the cover for the part we just replaced. Next part would be to put back the 2 screws in the center hub. Remember, we didn't remove anything here, but you're going to need to line these back up. Again, it's going to be much tougher now to open that because it's working. So there it is, it's aligned. These are the stainless steel screws or the bare aluminum colored ones. You're going to want to switch back to your original torque size, which was the T9. And once I'll do that, put that in. Next screw goes here. And screw that in. Final part is going to be putting this cover back on, which you align with the multiple screw holes you had from the outside. So you will put that in, and it is not going to be too challenging once you get it to sit the right way. Let's try it by locking the wheels down and finding the spot where it sits. Okay, so the part's back in, and you have these screws to put back to finalize it. So once again, just go one at a time and tighten these up. And once you're done, you will have, again, 6 screws to do here. I will come back to you and we will test it out. Once you have all 6 screws tightened down, you are going to put the filter on. You'll notice there's an arrow here. The arrow is where it locks. You twist, the arrows need to line up, and then the final part will be to put back the cover. And it will click to let you know you've tightened it. And now we have to put the brush head back on. The brush head has 2 electrical connectors right here. So you'll want to line those up. Once it's in, like this, you'll take the clip and you will clip back in, and you are now completely finished with the project. Let's test it out. The vacuum should now stand on its own. It is completed. What you'll want to do is replace the dustbin trash collector just as you regularly would. It clicks right into place. Once you disengage and you lock it, it should be standing firm and it's corrected. Thanks for watching the video. This is a instructional video to repair the upright lock for a Dyson vacuum that won't stand up straight. You can do this for the Dyson UP13, UP20, the DC41, the DC65, the 66. And the part number is DY920-70501. This is the vacuum I'll be working on. It's standing up right now because we have it against a table. But if you were to let it go, it would not stand up straight and it would fall down.